Hi there, it's Jill Finley here from Jillily Studio, and today our tip is about yo-yos. I've got a sample here of a few yo-yos in different sizes, and these are some that were in my drawer that I just pulled out, so they're a little bit raggedy looking. But anyway, the point is that you can make any size at all. You start with a circle, all of them start with a circle, and then the finished size will be a little bit less than half size. So if you start with a 2-inch circle, you'll get like a 3/4 inch finished size yo-yo. So in the past, people often used yo-yos to make a coverlet, like they'd sew them next to each other, and then they would put them as a table runner or a coverlet or to put on a bed, that kind of thing. I like to use yo-yos to embellish my quilts. Here's some yo-yos that are used to applique on the border. Instead of using just a simple circle shape as applique, I have appliqued these little yo-yos on here, and it creates a lot more interest because it's got some dimension and some texture. So let's quickly make one. I have a circle cut, and this is a 2.5 inch circle, and I've also threaded my needle with a 28 weight thread. I like to use a heavier weight thread for this because you're going to be pulling and tugging on that thread, so you want it to be really strong. If you're using a lighter weight thread, use two layers. I'm using a single layer. I just fold in about a 1/4 inch and just kind of eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And start stitching, taking large kind of basting stitches about a 1/4 inch long around this outside edge of this circle. And I don't have a knot in the end of my thread. I'm not going to pull it all the way through. I'm going to leave the tail sticking out, and I'll just move my way around the circle. Okay, so now I'm just going to pull on those ends of the threads and gather up this little pouch. So it's all gathered at the top, and it's going to be kind of funny looking, but that's okay. Take your ends of your thread and tie it in a knot. Just a regular old knot. And then tie it one more time. So I'm going to hold that there, put my end through here. I used way too long of a thread, but anyway. And then I'll take my little pouch and push the center down and pull the sides out until it lays flat. And it kind of arrange the gathers so that they're pretty. I used a green thread, but normally I would use matching thread color. I wanted you to be able to see it. So I'm going to push the center down, kind of fuss with it until you've got that laying flat. And then I've still got my needle threaded on one end. I'm going to put my needle through the center, come into the back of the yo-yo, and pull that all the way through. Then the other thread, I will thread my needle through so that I can pull it to the back, and pull it to the back of the yo-yo. That way, I've got all my raw edges are on the inside. All of my thread tails are on the back side because I'm going to be appliquing this down. And now I can just tie a knot back here. So we'll just do just a regular old knot. Boy, I'm having trouble holding on to things today. And now that's ready for me to cut. And my yo-yo is done. And so when I applique this down, as I'm appliquing, I will pull the edges out so that I get a nice smooth circle. It's going to look even better when it's stitched to the quilt. So that's how you make a yo-yo. Have fun!